morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all from all of the places that you're joining us around the world. Thank you so much for making the time to join us. And indeed, thank you to the distinguished panelists who've joined us to provide their insights on this very important topic. So we convened this event to showcase and to demonstrate the opportunity provided by the UN Global Compact SDG Ambition, which is an initiative to drive progress forward for the SDGs. We're also excited about the opportunity to provide a platform for business to engage with governments and the UN system around how to make this SDG ambition truly mainstream. It's not lost on all of us, no matter where we are in the world, that COVID-19 has had significant social and economic challenges. In many places around the world, sadly, leaders and business people are faced with choices such as saving lives or saving livelihoods. It's truly difficult. And this global pandemic, as we know, is devastating economies, health systems, communities and livelihoods, disrupting supply chains, challenging fundamentals such as multilateralism, and also profoundly deepening inequalities. And this really is undoing progress on the Sustainable Development Goals. And as we continue to plan progress for post-COVID recovery, the weighty yet ambitious but much needed prospect of recovering differently and better is strongly anchored by building back, taking the Sustainable Development Goals into consideration. We believe that now more than ever, the opportunity to address fundamental challenges such as the climate crisis, inequalities, exclusion, racism, and gaps in social protection systems is extremely clear. There's also a very clear opportunity to transition to renewable energy, to sustainable food systems, a more gender equitable society with stronger safety nets and a universal health coverage. It's not lost on us also that the unequal impacts of COVID-19 are now intertwining with long-standing injustices, including racism. And we are at the cusp of losing decades of progress in our pursuit of sustainable development. But yet there is a shining light because we believe that the SDGs serve as an effective guide for the way forward. The challenge is though that even before the pandemic, the need for greater ambition on the SDGs, the need for greater ambition to deliver on the SDGs was very clear. We know that collectively, we have not delivered enough progress at the pace or the scale needed. And so that's why we convened this forum to call on business to work collaboratively with other stakeholders, including government and the United Nations, to deliver coordinated, decisive, and innovative action, ultimately ensuring that we can recover better together. We believe that these actions should be guided by a focus on adhering to the 10 principles of the Global Compact, which include human rights, labor rights, the environment, and anti-corruption. These principles will elevate the ambition of the 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. It is also the opportunity to deliver on principles, purpose, profit, and inclusive business to ignite and drive business benefits. In January this year in Davos, under the leadership of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the UN Global Compact, together with Accenture Strategy and SAP, launched the SDG Ambition Program in a bid to support companies to be more bold, more ambitious, and highly transformational in how they run their business to deliver on the 2030 Agenda. And while being ambitious, we know it's also imperative to make companies show tangible, practical, and scalable actions. And at our recent Leaders Summit, which had an unprecedented over 20,000 viewers and participants, we were delighted to launch an initial set of business benchmarks to advance the SDGs. In practical terms, these are benchmarks such as setting a 1.5 degree aligned science-based emission reduction target, achieving gender balance at all levels of management, achieving net positive water impact, and ensuring zero deforestation across operations and supply chains. Some of the other ambitions speak to the need for companies to set ambitious goals and targets across decent work, circular economy, anti-corruption, and its supply chain. I'm really pleased to say that progress is already underway in a number of these areas. For example, we know that over 250 companies are already stepping up to set science-based targets aligned with limiting the rise in global temperature. Over 250 companies in 19 countries have already signed up to be part of the Target Gender Equality Program, which looks at setting ambitious targets for women's representation and leadership. And over the next 2 years, we will work together with our local networks around the world to support companies in integrating these goals and targets into their strategies and business plans. Overall, we aim to engage at least 1,000 companies in at least 30 countries across all continents to be more bold, more ambitious, and transformational in how they run their businesses in order to deliver on the 2030 agenda. Because after all, businesses cannot function in a sustainable manner if the society around it is failing.